Disclaimer. Please forgive me now for there may be mispronunciations in this video. Rhinelander is a city in northern Wisconsin with its own cryptid creature haunting its woods. But instead of fearing such a creature, they cherish it. Rhinelander is the home to the Hodag, a green and white folklore creature that serves as a mascot for the city, including the Rhinelander High School and the Northwoods Community Secondary School. They love the creature so much that they have a giant green replica of the Hodag standing proudly outside the town's visitor center, and even hold a festival in its honor every year. It was in the 1890s. Eugene Shepard first witnessed the bear-sized creature. It had the head and face of a grinning frog, stumpy legs, and the tail of a stegosaurus. But unlike Rhinelander's mascot, this creature was described as hairy and black. Eugene was a local surveyor who, after seeing the creature, organized a party armed with dynamite and claimed to have killed it. But hold up, I have to spoil something before I continue. It's not very much a secret, but I thought it'd be best to let you know. The first witness was a well-known prankster. He enjoyed the attention he received from the people of Rhinelander, so much so that in 1896 he said he saw the great hairy beast again hiding out in a tree around Rice Creek. He described how he piled rocks in front of the monster's den to trap it, and then poked around a chloroform-soaked rag on a stick inside to knock the creature out. You're probably thinking, there's no way. Well, according to Eugene, it worked. He captured a creature. Eugene took his Hodag on a 10-year tour to counties fairs around Wisconsin. The exhibit tents were dark and could easily fool a fair share of those who purchased to see it. They were also impressed with Eugene's claims that the Hodag's diet only consisted of a white bulldog, fed to it every Sunday, and of course the feeding was never publicly done. Little did those believers know that Hodag was a 7-foot wooden model carved by artist Luke Kearney. Luke spared no detail, adding Texas steel-like horns, a back ridge of 12 pointed spikes, and long curved claws on each foot to the sculpture. Eugene would add wire to make people believe it was moving. In 1906, after the 10 years of travel and display, the tale of the Hodag was losing its popularity. Along with that, money. Eugene staged a recapture of the Hodag, complete with a photograph of men armed with pitchforks, axes, and rifles, holding the creature at bay. The photo caused a sensation, and the Hodag's popularity skyrocketed again. But again, the popularity waned, and in the summer of 1952, Rhinelander Daily News declared that the Hodag tracks had been found on the property of George DeBile, and that a group of men had to set up to capture the beast. The story detailed the death of a citizen, Don Picor. They were successful in defeating the creature by using Eugene's method of chloroform on a stick. A photo showing the victorious hunter circling the Hodag provided visual evidence of those gullible enough to believe it. I am not sure which of the photos I have found to be one of which is taken, so my apologies. I was only able to find one photo. This new Hodag was the work of woodcarver Ed Stoltz, who had produced a 200-pound statue fashioned of white pine. Eugene exhibited this Hodag at the Oneida County Fair. From a few references I had read up on, the Hodag story became national news and word spread. A group of scientists from the Smithsonian Institution planned an expedition to Rhinelander to investigate, and that is when Eugene had to admit the Hodag story was just a hoax. The most recent Hodag would be put to rest at the city's logging museum. Other than being Rhinelander's mascot, the Hodag became popular enough to be in the 2012 episode of Scooby-Doo called Hodag the Horror, where the beast appears as a surprisingly vicious jewel thief, robbing unsuspecting people of Crystal Cove. Eugene also shows up in the episode as a showman in a red suit accompanying a traveling cabinet of curiosities. What do you think? Do you think it is real? People from Rhinelander still claim to see the beast. Or do you think it is a hoax?